Hey, Pastor Steve Waldron. I hope you're having a great day in Jesus. W.E. Vine, yes, one of the best Bible expositors in the 20th century, the famous Vine's Expository Dictionary of Biblical Terms. They did come out with a Vine's Expository Bible. Now, there's been a lot of confusion here recently because Jerry Vines, who's an expository preacher out of Jacksonville, First Baptist Jacksonville, my sister used to go to church, came out, and it's the Vine's Expository Bible. So this is Vine's Expository Reference. So we're going to take a look on the inside of this. Now, they've come out with another Bible called the Word Study Bible by Nelson, and it's kind of meant to compete with the Spiros Zodhiates, AMG, American Ministry to the Greeks, 1555 North Shaliford Road, Chattanooga, Tennessee, and meant to compete with that. It really doesn't, but it's okay. And so this is from the late 1990s. They also have this in the King James. I've got a King James floating around. I may have actually done a review on the King James 2 or 3 years ago, or it could have got boxed up. What happened, Sister Waldron's sister came, boxed up a ton of books and Bibles, and a lot of things I had set out to do reviews on got boxed up. And this has been a couple years ago, so that may have been one of those. You'll see it's got the tricorta, which the New King James would say was the ancient pre-Christian symbol of the Trinity, like Pythagoras and Plato's Timaeus. This is in bonded leather, has a nice presented to by. Now, one of the things you'll notice on this presentation page, like the lines are almost indiscernible. And it's also part of the spine stabilization page that my instinct is to pull it apart, but it's really there to stabilize the spine. Has decorative head and tail bands. It does look like it is glued. This is a bonded leather. So this is the Vine's Expository Reference edition featuring Vine's concise expository dictionary of biblical words, which, like when I was coming up, it was Vines and Strongs. And if you really got into it, you got into Young's. But Vines was considered to be rather conservative. And if you look up his Wikipedia entry, he wrote a lot of stuff. And I've started collecting that when I go to like Grand Rapids, Baker Bookhouse, used books and stuff. I usually get them really inexpensive and just written from a very good conservative Bible-believing viewpoint, not Pentecostal or anything like that usually. Kind of a busy center column reference, and you can see at the bottom that it has the Vine's word links. Another thing this has is it does have very brief introductions before each book, which was something Nelson had in a few of their Bibles. Zondervan was more known for that. So this isn't like real big, like a study Bible kind of thing. Excellent thumb indexing. We're going to move into, let's see if there's anything between Malachi and Matthew. I don't think there is. Yeah, there's not. Words of Christ in red. And it's just kind of small print. You can kind of see at the bottom again what's going on. But where this is going to have a lot of study helps is at the end of the Bible. And we'll show you that in just a bit here. This is the 3005 BGV Burgundy. I did want to show you too what I mean by introduction, the brief, like in Colossians, brief introduction. So Vines, just some good stuff. I've come to the conclusion after 30-something years of studying it, the very best definition of a biblical word is the way that it's translated in the King James Version. Again, they do make this in King James. It's kind of like the old Spirit-filled Life Bible. That and this are kind of like chimeras. You find them every so often, but they printed them in New King James primarily. This concordance, copyright 1985 by Thomas Nelson. Let's see how long this concordance is. It's a really well done concordance. I'm not that big into the New King James. It's 66 pages. One of our best, I'd written a booklet years ago in like the 2000s called something to the effect about errors in the New King James Version, maybe 2005 or 6. And so I did a video on that, and that's still one of the most popular videos on the channel, which we have a really small channel, but you know, it's got, I don't know, 14, 15,000 views or something, which for us is a lot, a ton. And so, Vine's Concise Expository Dictionary of Biblical Words. So this is really the big part of what you're getting right here. It's not the full Vines. Now, Vines died before he was able to get to the Old Testament. I think like Merrill F. Unger and maybe White, not James White, helped finish up the Old Testament. Which Unger, he was really anti-Pentecostal. It's kind of unique, like he'd write on angels and demons and they'd be really anti-Pentecostal. But a lot of great information just as far as biblicist, you know, bibliology and things. Wasn't a King James guy per se. Like, so like separate, natzer, to separate or be separated, now, natzer. I mean, just good stuff. And like throne, dokeo. So this is just really good stuff. And then the really basic Thomas Nelson maps. I may have liked their previous generation better than this generation. I'm showing you one I really like though in the red. And this bonded leather, this was still in the day when bonded leather was hit and miss, and a lot of times miss. This is, I mean, it's just like cardboard. It would be like a gift and award Bible today. And so it has 108 pages of this Vines. And I mean, I guess it is good to have it with you. Oh, I pulled the wrong thing. Let me see the print size of the Vines. It's small. Is it 9? No, it's not 9. Boy, it's either 7 or 7.5 point type. It's readable. Let's see what it is in here. It doesn't have at the top of the page the like what the page is about, but it does have a lot of paragraph spatiality. Like it'll say the new man, do not grieve the Spirit. Paragraph headers is the word I'm hunting for in here. 8 or 7. Yeah, even the print in here looks like 7.5, 8. The center column is not too bad. A lot of times the center column be really rough. The gold edging is phenomenal. Ribbon marker, this one's seen its better days. I wonder if you could iron a ribbon marker. I don't know. I wouldn't try that at home. But you can see like the gilt edging is fantastic. So this is the Vines Expository Reference Edition. New King James, King James. They did it for a few years, and believe it or not, it was a relatively good seller. Like, because Vines had such a name. There's no telling how many Vines Expository dictionaries were actually sold. And, you know, whoever did the marketing of this, that's excellent. The top and the bottom box putting together. Back in the day, this had a retail price of $27.97. For a thumb index Bible, that's not bad. And this actually was printed in Korea. And I want to say, let's see if it's 98. Was it 98? Did it say? Copyright 97. 97. Yeah, now it says about the tricorta, from a Latin word meaning three-cornered, is an ancient symbol for the Trinity. A lot of times, years ago, they would say, even before this, they would say pre-Christian symbol of the Trinity, which was fascinating. So the Vines Expository Reference Edition, and a lot of good stuff in here. God bless. Talk with you later in Jesus' name.